Influencer trad wives meets feminine rage. Some good horror ones in here. Yes, friends, I got more books that I don't need. I think what I do need is a ruddy intervention. I finished 2 relatively new books. Hello! And welcome to another bookish video from me, Johanna, me, my dog and books. This weekend my mum is over, so I'm just about to walk the dogs and then we're going to the charity shops. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm not very good with these microphones. It is the weekend before payday, so I need to be very restrained. Looky don't buy, looky don't buy. Fingers crossed. And I have some books to tell you about. Obviously, I finished The Birthday Party. I need to give you that review. Actually, I better write these things down because I forget to tell you, so I need to tell you about The Birthday Party. I need to tell you about the library of Hellebore. And I've just started. Do you know, if I don't write these down, I will forget to tell you until 2 vlogs later. The Killer Question. I've just started Janice Hallett's new one, which comes out on the 4th of September, which Viper Books were very kind to send me. And I am 60 pages in already. I'm loving it, I'm loving it. And what else are we going to be doing? We'll go out for dinner with my mum tonight. And right, I had a good idea for a midweek video, which will be cozy mysteries or cozy book recs. So, as well as, I mean, I love most genres, but you know, in complete contrast to the horror books I like, I also love cozies. So I'm going to do a recommendations video for that and keep you posted. And also I need to do my 2K subscriber Q&A. So thank you to everyone, each and every one of you who subscribes, watches, comments, likes. Honestly, I love having this corner of the internet where I can just chat book stuff and we can chat in the comments. And honestly, they're not like, these are just all friends who love books, and we might have the same taste, different tastes, but we just share a mutual love of books and I adore it. I just love being here. So if you have any other questions, I did do an ask on my posts on my channel, but I know sometimes that isn't always like visible to everybody. So if you have any questions you would like to ask me in my Q&A, just pretty much ask me anything, as long as it's not rude. and I'll collate them all and do Meet the Booktuber Q&A, like you haven't already met me before. Well, if you haven't, maybe this is your first video, so hi and welcome. But yeah, anything you kind of fancy knowing, and I'll tell you all about it. For now, it's time to go dog walking. And I need to listen, and actually I need to start a new book. And do you know what one I'm going to start? Have I got it here? Yeah. I think I got this on Libro FM, or is it on BookBeat? I can't remember. But One Yellow Eye by Leigh Radford, right? I thought this was a thriller, but I keep seeing it in the horror section. So maybe it is because it says a devastating macabre love story. So it says, grief, obsession, undying love. Kesta's husband Tim was the last person to be bitten in a zombie pandemic. Oh my god, I'm sold. The country is now in a period of respite, the government seemingly having rounded up and disposed of all the infected. But Kesta has a secret. Tim may have been bitten, but he's not quite dead yet. In fact, he's tied to a bed in her spare room, and she's made him a promise. Find a cure, bring him back. Oh my god, I had no idea what this was about. Like, I just picked it up because it's blurb by Nick Carter, who did The Troop, Olivia Blake, who I've heard of but not read, and mostly the cover. So let's go dog walking and listening to that. It's Sunday and came out another run, and I'm not gonna lie, it's too hot. It's too hot. So the only thing getting me through this right now is One Yellow Eye. Can't even remember the author. Look, so hot, that guy's. I hope he's got sunscreen on. One Yellow Eye. I'm really enjoying it. It's given me, it reminds me, because of the premise, which I think I told you at the start, where the main character, she's in, I think living in London or in the UK anyway, and it's kind of post-zombie apocalypse in that there was a zombie virus that messed up with a lot of people, and they kind of get dealt with, right? When you get bitten, you kind of get dealt with. But see, her husband got bitten. Not got to that bit yet, but it's in the synopsis, so it's not a spoiler. She decides to keep him as opposed to let anyone know, so she can try and maybe find a cure, right? And because of that premise, it's reminded me of one of my favourite films, Shaun of the Dead, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And in that, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's characters, I think Nick Frost is Ed, and that's about zombies, right? And at the no spoil, well, okay, actually skip to the next bit if you don't want to know what happens in Shaun of the Dead and you want to watch it. But right, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are like besties, and they go through the whole zombie, it's all like tributes to all the big horror movies of the day, like Night of the Living Dead, Day, whatever. Anyway, to the point, Johanna, is Simon Pegg keeps, I can't remember his character's name. Anyway, keeps his friend Ed in his back shed and goes and plays PlayStation and stuff with him. And this is kind of once they've got the zombie virus under control. So he kind of keeps him there as his zombie friend. And it's a kind of happy ending, which doesn't sound like it, does it? Oh God, I'm so sweaty. I've got loads of sun cream on as well because it's so hot. Honestly, I'm coming down a hill which I just ran up, so I'm using this as a wee break. Last night was lovely though. David had set up the chairs and all that in the deck, and we got the chimney up, so we helped Mum out there and we just sat and had a wee drink, alcohol free of course, and for me and my mum, and watched some stuff on the laptop, so it was quite nice. If I can insert, I took a wee vertical video, but I don't know. Anyway, if you see it, I'll figure out how to do it. If not, it was nice, imagine. So today, I doing a run, walk Lucy, take my mum to 2 charity shops that are still open on a Sunday, and then I was just checking nobody was coming behind me because I don't like people thinking I'm filming them. Then I'll take her home. It's my wee sister's birthday yesterday, so my mum was over giving my wee sister a wee break, and we'll be giving my wee sister her the crochet blanket I make her, so hopefully she likes it. And I have a mini charity shop haul to show you because I got a couple of books for like £2. Absolute bargain. I know I wasn't going to spend any more, but like £2 pretty much free. Sesame. Anyway, my arm's getting sore now, so holding the phone, so I better go running. Look, this is where I've still to go. I'm here. I mean, it's lovely. It's a cycle path, but my legs, my wee feet are tired, but I better just suck it up and get it done. It's just too hot.
is my wee furry niece, Cora. Hi, Cora. We've brought my mum home. She lives with my wee sister. Yeah. I've got a nice lolly because it's bailing. Took us 2 hours to get here because the blooming traffic and there was an accident. Wasn't there? You can't get any. Cora, Cora. Hello. It's my wee sister and David. Don't like to be on my YouTubes. Don't know why. Like the show. Okay. I shouldn't be trying to talk to you and eat it at the same time. My wee sister's been growing things. So this is our big trough. Although I don't know what's happening here. And then she's got an amazing greenhouse. I think that's her compost. Cora! Anyway, I might just stand under here. Under the shade. It's much better here. I need to drive a whole hour back. Joy. That's us back home. Honestly, I think we've spent pretty much since 1 o'clock till nearly 5 o'clock. Just take mum home because of the traffic. It's so hot. Honestly, I'm so hot. Anyway, let me show you. Look, I brought it home. So, I'm going to be using this in my wee office. What do you think upstairs? It's nice, isn't it? £25. It's an absolute bargain. I'm so hot, I don't even want to go outside. But I might go outside and read my book. Patty's here, look. Patty! Patty! Anyway, I wanted to show you something. That's Murray, the dog next door. I got a lovely book from my Amazon wish list from Amanda. Look, it's Secluded Cabin Sleeps 6 by Unger, and it says, oh Murray, go here, see if he can, try to get the light. Says 3 couples rent a luxury cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway to die for in this atmospheric and gripping lockroom thriller by the best-selling author Lisa Unger. So I just want to say thank you hugely, Amanda. Sent it to me from my Amazon wish list just to thank me for my YouTube stuff. So honestly, so grateful. I'm just grateful that anyone wants to watch these videos, right? So gifts are not required, but I am very appreciative. This is one that's been on my reading list for ages, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And look what came in. Oh my god, it's a chunk. This came in from my pre-orders. It's a chunk, look at the size of it. The world as we know it. No, the end of the world as we know it. I just looked and I'm like, no, that's wrong. New Tales of Stephen King's The Stand, edited by Christopher Golden and Brian Keane. Introduction by Stephen King. All new stories set in the world of Stephen King, The Stand, from all these different people. God, there's loads, actually. Lucy, she's annoying Patty. Hold on, I'll show you. I think the dogs are just too hot too. So look, part 1, down with the sickness. Part 2, the long walk. Other worlds than these. Lucy, you hot as well. Look, and they're all by different. Paul Tremblay, Amakatsu, Catriona Ward. Honestly, there's loads. So this looks like one you could probably easily dip in and out of. Oh, you're coming up to say hello. Yes, it's a new book based on Stephen King stuff. You liking that? Oh, right. I think we should move. It's awfully hot. But I have a crochet blanket to be getting on with in the shade, maybe. It's Monday morning and we're on the couch reading our book with coffee. Actually, Lucy's joined us. She's over there. And I'm currently reading The Killer Question, which is Janice Hallett's new cosy mystery set around the world of pub quizzing. It comes out on the 4th of September, and oh my goodness, I'm a good chunk in, nearly at 200 pages. I'm just really enjoying it. You know, sometimes you just need like a good cozy mystery with just joyful, funny characters and stuff. So I'm going to read that for a bit, and then Lucy's got her vaccine at the vet. Ooh, so I need to take her to that. And I've got some life admin stuff to do on the laptop. And then I'm going to record Cozy Book Recs. I think we need to start getting like cozy times. I've got a few other recommendations as well. I need to do my 2K Q&A. Thank you all for all the lovely messages. Honestly, I can't believe people actually want to hear me and watch me ramble on about books. I do wonder sometimes. And I've got a couple of books to I've got library haul stuff. And what else was I going to do? Oh, last night we went to see the horror movie, Bring Her Back. I'm still traumatised, I'm not going to lie. It is very good horror. Is it Sally Hawkins? She was like in Paddington, right? Wow, she can act in a horror movie, man. She was like the whole film is just disturbing. I feel traumatised. It is, but it's a top tier horror. Top tier. There was a few times where I couldn't even look. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now with my Cozy Murder Mystery by Janice Hallett. It was the only thing to reset my head, but I still feel the trauma. So for uber horror fans, highly recommend. Please check the content warnings. It is about, I mean, it's quite sad because it deals with grief in respect of a child or someone's daughter, and there is very brutal scenes in respect of some kids in it. Anyway, so that might not be for everyone. I'm glad I saw it, but it's like one of those films that there would be very few people I recommend it to. Do you know who I definitely recommend it to? My bestie Caroline, who died in June. She freaking loved a horror movie. Thankfully, one of her other besties is a fellow horror fan. So I have said to her, but with content warnings. Yeah. We have to watch. I mean, I actually find true crime much less horrifying. I don't know why. Oh, and I need to show you progress of my crochet blanket, green and white one I'm making for my friend Rachel. I'm feeling, dude, it's the first time I've had to I'm doing 3 rows of, I can't remember if it's green then white then whatever way it is. I'm switching colours, so that's the first time I've done that. So I feel quite proud of myself. Oh, and yesterday took mum home, went to my wee sister's for her birthday. She absolutely loved the crochet blanket, so I'm dead chuffed. I'm so glad she loved it. It actually, so much so, my 16-year-old nephew has requested one. So it can't be that bad. Maybe I'm down with the kids. Anyway, come along and spend Monday with me. So that's us just out of the vets. She got her first, they haven't restart the vaccine, so she got the first and then she'll be back. But I love this mural my vets has. So good. So she was very good and got lots of compliments about how young she looks. She is actually 13 and a bit. She doesn't look it. She doesn't act it either. So just giving her a wee sniff along here after she got too many treats from the vet again. Because she's always good at just, you know, putting on a wee show so she can get more treats. So I better go and get her back in the car. Back home. Friends. Look at my chair. Look, can you see it? Oh, I don't know how to... No, I need to go... Like, if I go down, I'll try and get the cabinet. Look. This was a delightful bargain. 25 quid. Lucy's already sat on it. So it's a cosy wee I need to get a footstool, or I could just use this chair. So that was the bargain I got there. And then when I was out and said I wasn't going to buy anything. But sometimes you get stuff that you just can't resist, right? Which includes books, so bear with. Yes, friends, I got more books that I don't need. I think what I do need is a ruddy intervention. So here's some of the books I got. I got this one, Diavola. Look at it. It was only 50p. Now I already have this, so I haven't bought it for myself. I bought it for my friend Bethany so we can buddy read it. So I'm going to post that to her this week. It says, "Welcome to Villa Tacola. She's been waiting for you." Scorches the petals right off White Lotus, which I've never seen, but I know of. Then this one looked really intriguing. It is She Is a Haunting by Trang Than Tran. I think it might be YA. Again, it was only 50p. Reason is this house eats and is eaten. This summer, Jade has one goal: to survive living a lie with her sister and their estranged dad, while he fixes up a decaying colonial house in Vietnam. If she can be straight enough, Vietnamese enough, American enough, then college and freedom will be hers. But also this cover, no idea really what it's about, but I'm here for it. Then this one, I've never heard of this before, but the cover drew me in. Look at the person hanging off the nose here. It says The Wretched Valley by Jenny Kiefer. With nimble pacing, scream-worthy scares, and ever-present sense of dread, a trip to the Wretched Valley is one you'll never forget, says Rachel Harrison. Take only pictures, leave bones, but also 50p. I was very excited that in my local charity shop there was like a whole range of horror books, many of which I had, so I didn't get a part of the other one from a friend. And then this one, Now, Carly, the Pastel Shelf Books. Is that pastel? Sorry, I've had a brain freeze. I'll put her handle here. Now, I saw this book and then I vaguely remember that she either talked about it or Michaela, and then I vaguely remember she either loved it or didn't. And I tried to read it while I was in the charity shop, but there was no signal, so I got it. It was only 50p. And it says, if you can hear it, the whistling, it's already too late. When Elspeth arrives on a remote Scottish island to become a nanny to a young child, she hopes to bond with her, until she learns that girl has not spoken for months. And Mary's silence is not the only mystery. And then, very rarely do I see Stephen King in the wild, but when I do, I need to buy, if I don't have it. And I don't have this one, which is from a Buick 8. One of the... so this one is... It doesn't even say. Oh, I'm not going to read all that. Come close, children, and see the living crocodile, a vintage 54 blue Buick. Why did I say Buick? It's Buick. Buick Roadmaster. At least that's what it all looks like. From a Buick 8 will suck you into a powerful force of the imagination from the world's best writer. I don't really want to read much more than that, because I'm not like, how old is this copy? It looks like an old one. I bet you it's not. I bet it's like... Let's see. It says, it's got that yellow one. Oh no, it's quite old. 2002. It's still the noughties. So there, friends, I got some books. And the Cancer Research Shop, I can't speak today. I keep stumbling over all my words. I think it's the heat. Had yarn. Look at this yarn! I've decided I can absolutely make a blanket with this. So I got that. And then last but not least, well, don't look at the mess down here. I'm having to get it off of Lucy because she's lying on it. I got a running top. Oh, where have I gone? Hello? Come up, camera. Come up. Yeah, there I am. I still don't know how to use this thing. I got a running top. It's a Nike running top. to wear when I go running, obviously, but it's still too hot. And also too hot for this, but it won't be soon. Look at this. Oh, it's so cozy. So cozy. So that there is Charity Finds, as well as this delightful chair that we'll show you here. You coming up, Lucy? Coming up to see the chair? Come on. She looks amazing on this chair, don't you? You going to say hello? You going to sniff? I don't know if you heard that or not. Anyway, friends, I am now going to record Cozy Mysteries for you, and I will be back later on with a reading update and some reviews for you, I think. I promised I would come back to give you some reviews, and I've got to. I finished 2 relatively new books this weekend, and the first one is a bit of a horror. It's One Yellow Eye by Leigh Radford, and this is the one I was listening to on audio. Highly recommend on audio. This was just a fun, sort of accessible horror. Obviously, it's kind of, you know, a zombie virus hits the population, and a researcher, well, after they've, like, the UK government has rounded people up and pretty much got rid of them so that there is no more virus, a researcher has got her husband after he was bitten and kept her in her spare room, and is trying to obviously keep him alive long enough in the hope that they find a cure. And so that is the premise. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I love zombie books, so if you do like a little bit of that, bit of the Shaun of the Dead, bit of Walking Dead, it's kind of all in there. I think this is the debut, but I could be wrong. All right, let me check. I don't know, actually. She's a broadcast journalist, former book publicist, so it might be. But it does say grief, obsession, and undying love. So, you know, it's a bit of a twist on a romance. Maybe, oh, this sleeve is coming out. Maybe like my kind of romance, but I would have given this a solid 3.75, maybe 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It's good, compulsive reading, and pretty funny at times as well. So if that sounds like your bag, definitely check it out. I got this one from the library, and I also got this one from the library, Everyone Is Lying to You by Joe Piazza. Now, have they written another book? I don't know why that matters. Oh no, she's written 12, including The Sicilian Inheritance, Good Morning America book club pick, We Are Not Like Them, with Christine Pride. There we go. Didn't know this. To be fair, I think the name rings a bell. Firstly, love the cover. Now, this is a brilliant thriller that I would sum up as influencer trad wives meets feminine rage. So basically, we have kind of like 2-ish main characters, so they've kind of both got different points of view, and I'll tell you about. So if you don't know what a trad wife is, actually I think it was one of the new terms to go into the Oxford English Dictionary this year. But trad wives, traditional wives, is what it's short for. Is this growth, mostly in America, but can't confirm, of very conservative women who are redefining their roles as kind of prairie girls who are there to serve their man husbands. That's all we need to say. Basically, doing women a complete and utter disservice. If you're a trad wife, sorry, not sorry. So it says at the back, trad wives never question. Trad wife never disobeys. A trad wife never lies. So we basically follow 2 main characters, Lizzie and Bex, and they were BFFs in college. But after graduation, Bex kind of disappears, so Liz and Bex separate, and then is it about 15 years later? Yeah, Bex is now known as Rebecca Summers. She's a trad wife influencer. She's got millions of followers, and everyone's, including her, is obsessed with her perfect life. 5 kids, husband, yada yada. Her friend Lizzie is now a struggling magazine writer, watching reels of her past bestie, while her own children demand her attention, right? Then out of blue, Bex calls Lizzie, I'm just reading bits of the blurb so don't get it wrong, with a career-making proposition, an exclusive interview with her about her multi-million-dollar business, right? But we soon discover that Bex was lining all this up because something was about to happen. Bex goes missing, and her husband Gray is found dead. And her friend Lizzie, who was invited to have an exclusive interview, is plunged into this whole world of social media, tradwife influencers, a kind of murder investigation, a missing persons investigation, and the dark side of all of that. I had an absolute blast. Also listened to this in audiobook, which I highly recommend. I think I listened to it on BookBeat, so it's definitely on BookBeat. And it's just like, I have to say, I've got a soft spot for thrillers or any kind of books that kind of shine a light on current sort of pop culture, right? This one being social media influencer tradwives, right? Which is a phenomenon that absolutely blows my mind, is doing feminism no good. But this takes a twist on it where we've got someone who has made a living out of this, very successful, the brands. So like even through as this story's been explored in like past and present timelines and their different POVs, you're being exposed to the absolute joke that is social media influencers. Says me, the irony of being on here, but I don't call myself social media influencers, I just like to talk about books. But the trad wife scene and everything that comes from that, and the darkness behind all of that. I was gripped. I think I finished this in about 2 days. It was so good, so much fun. I don't know if it's just out. Well, I was the first person to get it out. Yeah, it's 2025. So get it at a local library near you, bookshop or audio. Highly recommend. And talking of libraries, I got The Vanishing World by let's do a good job of this, Johanna. Sayaka Murata. So they also wrote Convenience Store Women, which I've read, and there was another one. It was on Earthlings. I've not read that one. So I picked this up because sometimes I like to read weird and wonderful books. I have no idea what this is about. Let's see. Times change. What's normal also changes. Okay. Amani is 10 years old when she discovers she's not like everyone else. Her school friends were all conceived the normal way, by artificial insemination, and raised the normal way by parents in clean, sexless marriages. But Amani's parents committed the ultimate taboo. They fell in love, had sex, and procreated. That's all we need to know. This sounds wild. I'm ready for it. And then because when I did the Amanda Prowse book event, when I asked Amanda what she was reading, she was saying she'd just finished an arc by Libby Page. And I was like, oh, I read Libby Page's book, The Lido, which I loved. It's such a lovely story. It's so heartwarming. And it really, I think there's an older protagonist as well, and a journalist maybe talking to the older protagonist who goes to the Lido every day and what that means for her and her sense of belonging in community. Very short summary. Loved it. And I thought, do you know, I've not read a Libby Page for a while. So, but then I realised it's a big chunk. I picked this one up from the library, which has been out for a while. It's called The Island Home. Radiates warmth, hope and happiness. I mean, we can all do with a bit of that. It says, 2 decades, hundreds of miles, a lifetime worth of secrets. Maybe it's time to finally go home. The ultimate comfort blanket of a book. Who doesn't need that? Let's read the inside a little bit together. Lorna's world is small but safe. She loves her daughter and the two of them is all that matters. But after nearly 20 years, she and Ella are suddenly leaving London for the Isle of Kip, the beautiful remote Scottish island where Lorna grew up. Oh, it's got a Scottish link. I need to read it. Alice's world, so this is the other character I assume. Alice's world is tiny but full. She loves the community on Kip.
her yoga classes drawing women across the island together. Now Lorna's arrival might help their family finally mend itself, even if her forgiveness means returning to the past. As the two women find friendship, Lorna starts to find her place in the world. Can coming home mean starting again? Sail away with the best books yet from Libby Page, the most tender and uplifting story you'll read this year. I think we all need a book like this. So friends, I did promise, didn't I? What am I talking about? I did promise like it was some big thing that you were hanging on for. I promised to show you a couple of book reviews, or tell you about a couple of book reviews, and my library haul, which was short and tiny and mighty for a change. And then later this week, when I'll tell you about it in next weekend's reading vlog, I am going to have my onboarding meeting for chapter 24. They're called chapter 25. So I've been applied and got accepted to be a host for a book group in my local community. So they're currently doing promotion around it to try and see if anyone would be interested, and then I get to be the real life host. And so I have my onboarding meeting that will tell me all about hosting in real life and how to make an amazing book club. Anyway, so I'll keep you posted on that next weekend, because I'll have had my call and all of that by then. And I do believe I may have some book mail winging its way to me during the week, which I'll get to show you in next weekend's reading vlog. Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you as always for watching, for liking and commenting. If you don't already, please do subscribe if you'd like more of this random book banter videos in your feed. And I'll see you in another bookish video very, very soon. Cheerio!